Hello again, my dear viewers. Welcome back to Moonflower Tarot Reading. Today, I'm going to be channeling messages from your higher self about what in your life might need healing right now, and maybe some guidance and answers as to what you can do to help you on your healing journey. And if you feel called to this pile or this channel, this collective, I welcome you in and wish you well on whatever journey you might be going on to enlightenment and self-fulfilling. You are more than welcome here. And if you like what you're seeing here, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you'd like to see more healing messages on this channel. Thank you again for stopping by and joining me during this time of collective transformation. So right now, I would like you to take a deep breath in and focus your energy. Breathe in and breathe out. And if this resonates for you, then this is your message to take with you however you see fit. Now, let me get in tune with this collective. Seven of Wands. You're seeking spiritual guidance for your gifts breaking through, it seems. I heard the phrase you want permission to do no more that you're called to do. I'm not sure what that means. Seeking permission outside of yourself to be yourself. You're looking for this satisfaction, this moment of reciprocity for what you've put in. I'm hearing guilt trip. There might be forces outside of you. If you've been living in survival for so long, you've been looking for a moment to take this into your hands, whatever this might be. It might be a little bit tricky. I'm sensing you've gone far ways on your healing journey or spiritual journey. This feels like a very spiritual collective right now. Something is testing your faith and knowledge, and you might be dealing with self-limiting beliefs. You want this moment of, I'm hearing reciprocity. You're waiting for the universe to give back to you what you put in, but it doesn't seem to be working right now. And what I'm hearing from your higher self and your higher self actually is that you're not in alignment yet. And there's a lot of fear here of losing it before you even gain it, whatever this might be. I'm sensing there's a fear. You have all the tools you need. Your wants and needs are being met, but there's still this fear that you have to overcome this, and self-limiting belief. And the divine guidance I'm getting is to let go of these wands, all this control, the tools, the power you perceive to be guiding you in the right direction or having more power over you and more control over you than you have over it. In good faith and divine guidance, to be able to get to this moment of receiving back from the world, from others in your life, you kind of need to let go. And Spirit is saying to me, or your higher self too, divine judgment is beyond your control. When we're seeking reciprocity, we must learn to give it to ourselves first. And there's something inside of you that's refusing to let go, refusing to receive. There's a fear. There's almost like you feel like people are watching you and judging you for what you're doing. And that is where some of the fear comes from, is the judgment of others. I kind of, hold on a second. I'm getting something. Okay, let me pull the back of the deck card because that does clarify it. I forgot to do that. So yeah, this has to do with self-gratification over emotional fulfillment. Okay, let me actually adjust this a little. This is the back of the deck, but I feel like this is the main energy here, is you want this Nine of Cups moment. You want this, like, the culmination of your life's work to mean something. And the messengers in your life, the universe is not giving you the answers you want or need, or at least it doesn't seem like it's giving you what you want to hear. And oftentimes when we are trying to align on these paths, our higher selves, we're not told what we want to hear, we're told what we need to hear. And this is, if you've been looking for this is further clarification. This is something I'm hearing this is not something you're missing. You know this. You know that your own thoughts contribute to the sense of denial in yourself or your gifts, or just the trust in the universe. All that glitters is not gold, and all that is gone is not lost. In the universe, when we let go of things, they tend to come back to us in better ways if they are truly in alignment with our soul and our path. But that is really up for us to decide. We do have the free will and the choices to make. And I feel like if you've made certain decisions in the past, there might be a lack of trust in you. And this lack of reciprocity might not be coming from the universe itself, but your lack of the needs and faith. There's a hesitancy almost to receive, and it might be just subconscious that you're holding too tight to what you think you want and want to receive. And there's this energy of needing to let go, and you know that, and you might not know how. I'm hearing your higher self is assuring you this Nine of Cups moment, this dream, this wish fulfillment, whatever this might be, is right around the corner. And it's really just, your higher self is basically saying it's up to you to let it go. You have to, I guess, decide for yourself. It is up for me to let it go and no one else. Whatever this is, the need to control, the need to gain clarity, a force of will. If you have to force something, it's not meant for you. If it's meant for you, it comes to you naturally. And what I mean by meant for you, I mean what's truly in alignment with your heart and your soul and what you want. When it's something you choose with the intention of your highest light, you don't have to force it because it just flows effortlessly. However, if you're choosing something in your life for any other reason than yourself and your highest good, it's not going to align as properly. And even if you're dealing with people outside of yourself, if you're dealing with, I heard, family issues, it's still a conscious choice that you have to make to participate. So while there might be things out of your control that you feel compelled to participate in or be a part of or give your energy to, it will flow effortlessly the more you decide for yourself that's what you want to do, that's what you want to contribute, and setting those boundaries. I'm hearing your gifts will be received and your goals will be met. The more you ground yourself in you and your intentions, whether it's just for your own private healing journey or if others are part of it too, it starts with your intentions for your highest good. And that will almost reverberate outwards to the highest good of others, because sometimes our highest good is to help others. That is where a lot of people, especially light workers, feel most fulfillment. However, like I've said before, you cannot fill the cup of others unless you fill your own cup. You know, as the plane is going down, you put an oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on the people you need to take care of. It's that sort of prioritizing. The people you help are not going to do any good if you're not well enough to help them. And it might seem almost counterintuitive to give that to yourself where you are compelled to give to others. The intention is still pure, it's still you. And if you need to hear that that's your confirmation, a lot of it's just a mindset shift of, yes, this is good for you. Whatever you are feeling is aligned with you. However, there's a need to balance and release control. Even if you know how to do something perfectly well, if you're not in the right state of mind and you're not balanced, the shadows will take over you. You'll have the self-doubt, like it might have worked for you in the past, it's not working, moving on, and that's okay. Because sometimes that does happen when we move on and evolve and grow, especially when dealing with a group of people. Because I'm almost feeling like there's some family issues here on a certain level, and that might resonate for some of you. There's some other involvement that you are participating in that seems like is ungrounding you or standing in your way, but the truth is that it's a matter of balance and almost you getting out of your own way. And wherever you can't do something in your life, you release that to the universe or seek help outside of yourself. Don't take it upon yourself to do all the work. And it's not that the universe will do the work for you, they'll find a way to compensate or balance it out. And that's the whole point of releasing. It's you take care of what you can and then you give it to God what you cannot. And somehow, life, the universe finds a way, whether that's through another person who might be just entering in out of nowhere to offer their help. It's still a matter of you giving that to God and then receiving that back to you. That help from an outside source, that is a form of letting go and letting God. And we see that happening all the time, especially when there's so many resources out there, whether it's for your own personal aid or family aid or whatever you might be having trouble with. And the biggest message from our higher self is to just let go, pray, release control. The answers you seek really are inside of you if you let your ego not take control over you for a second. And that takes a moment to step back out of whatever chaos might be going on. It doesn't feel like a lot. It just feels like a lot of hesitancy and self-doubt with your own abilities. And what I'm saying is take a breath, step outside of yourself, step outside of the situation. If it's for a day, if it's for an hour, however long you can take, removing yourself from this chaos will bring you back to your sense of self and your own inner knowing. And I want to ask your higher self about this also. Okay, I was going to ask about spiritual gifts unlocking you've been waiting for. Right now, they don't actually want to say anything, but I will get into the advice cards and see what your higher self might have to say there. Okay, so I'm hearing that's pretty much all from this. Your higher self was like, okay, we're done reading this. They're very much matter of fact to the point. I don't feel as intense energy, so this feels like it's either moving through you quickly or it's either, I'm hearing the word long past due. This might be moving on, you might move on relatively quickly, especially if you just needed some quick guidance on how to get through it. Your higher self, they're saying they're really connected to you. I do love it when they're giving specifics. There might be just 3 or 4 of you who really click right away with this, and I'm very happy to hear that. Thank you. If this is one of you, please drop it in the comments because that was oddly specific. I'm also picking up there's a lot of Cancer. Yeah, I'm picking up Cancer in this pile, like Cancerian energy that homely crab, or the mother spirit, mother wound I'm picking up on too. Oh yeah, your higher self is saying, if you came from a family where, and I'm going to just say brief trigger warning for a moment, if you came from a family that wasn't good to you and you had to learn to reparent yourself, there might be this drive or desire to help others in the same way you were lacking. And that might be coming up a lot for you. And if you, okay, so I got the confirmation that some of you do. I got a thumbs up. You do actually resonate with that. New moon, I'm hearing new moon in Scorpio. There's a lot of transformation coming up. That I'm also getting a message. If you're into astrology or you know your natal chart, check your eighth house placements. There might be some big transitions for you and celestial movements. I'm seeing someone with a cowboy hat. Check in with your inner child. Some of you might like horses too. I'm seeing. Oh, okay, so I actually have a message that I need to put some songs in the comments or in the description down below. So whenever I get a song coming up, I'm going to just write it in the description and give you almost like a short playlist to try out. I usually get songs when I'm channeling and I don't say them out loud because it's a lot of, I already have a lot of noise to filter out. But I just heard Pink Pony Club by Chappell, Roan. So I'll put that down and any other songs that might come up. Let's see what your advice is. So definitely Cancerian energy. Definitely look at Chiron placements to the wounded healer. That might help as well. I'm getting the feeling that you're on your tail end of your spiritual journey. It's just needing. I heard the phrase a psychic. And that's a beautiful thing about spiritual growth and healing. You're never really truly done. There's just the next level of ascension. So if you're truly on this journey for a while and this is helpful, you like being here and I'm helpful, please just let me know, because I am definitely trying to expand what readings I do and let me know what is helpful and what is not. And your advice, oh, I also want to mention spirit's like, you gotta sell yourself. I consider myself to be a psychic. Like, I like the idea of helping other very deeply spiritual people. I definitely reached that point where in my own journey where the people I used to go to might not resonate as much, and that doesn't mean that they're not aligned with me or ascending with me. It's just I reached a certain point in my healing and that might resonate with you. It's you used to speak the same language in a spiritual community, but you might have reached a different point of your healing ascension where they don't resonate with you, and that's fine. Okay, so you like, I'm hearing a lot of Chappell Roan, so you probably like her because I just heard Good Luck Babe. Yeah, there's a little bit of grief and heartache moving on when you ascend. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just realizing, and here's your confirmation, that you just you unlocked the next level, babies. Congratulations. Go with the flow and don't live your life with regret. Um, and your advice, let me just ground myself into this energy now. We got the Six of Pentacles, we got the Page of Swords, and the Four of Swords. I'm definitely, right off the bat, just more of what I've been saying. It's asking for help and grounding yourself in your truth and giving it to God. This is really pretty much on the nose where I'm kind of surprised, but not. This is pretty much on the nose. It's like, ask for help. You are very straightforward and to the point. Ask for help when you need it. Turn back to your sense of self and your own inner truth. Talk to your higher self and give it to God. Just rest, breathe. Take your time in between everything you're doing, whatever is going on outside of you. If it's chaotic, if it's just a lot to bear, it's so beautiful. Once you reach a certain level of healing, you understand the universe is so abundant and just so it's so clear to see there's a lot of peace here coming in. But when you are very much deeply sensitive to what's around you, and when you do reach a certain level of ascension and you're still in communication or dealing with a lot of the outside world around you, you pick up on that, and it's not going to drag you back down to where you were before. However, it's good to remain mindful that you are still affected by the outside world, and to keep that sense of safety and sanctuary within yourself is a vital, because you're not going anywhere. You're here for the world for a reason. You're here to be that light. For whatever way you shine is going to make the world a better place, but you still are out there in the world that is seeming to go in a dark direction, but it wants to go in a light direction. It wants your help. And you feel that call, and you want to do it. But what I'm saying to you is strike that balance. Find that place of center within yourself, your center of gravity, so that you can continue to shine your light, and you will. And it's just a matter of time that you settle into this new vibration or frequency. There's just a slight hesitation, and some of it might be that old friends who are technically spiritually aligned, or they seem to be good for you, might be just fading out or falling apart. And it doesn't feel like it's more of a bittersweet. Like I'm getting this sense that you are moving on to a new circle of, of spirituality, of friends. And there's nothing wrong with the people you might have to phase out of your life, because it feels more like a gentle letting go than a catastrophic ending. But when you reach a certain level of, let's say, resonancy, you kind of go through this vibrational phase, like the ringing of a gong. And so your body and your entire being is acclimating to that frequency, and that takes time. And it really depends on you and who you are, where you are at in your life or spiritual journey. So don't shame yourself if people or friendships are falling away that might not be meant for you, they're just good people. Sometimes you just got to walk away. They're here in your life for a reason and a season. If you move on, I don't sense any hard feelings, but there is a need for you to rest and recalibrate. So you adjust to this new sense of who you are. You get to know yourself at this level, but don't shame yourself or feel guilty for having to move away, because it's just part of who you are in this phase of your life. And if you still feel compelled to spend time or communicate with those people, you're not ready to let go, that's fine too. It's just about finding that balance and knowing yourself well enough and talking with your higher self, because they want to hear from you. Like, they know better. And this is an invitation to just sit down with yourself and say, hey, which way do I go? Make a list of who or what you want to take with you, like mindsets, reframing your life and rewriting it from this new point of view, this vantage point, and sitting with it and just feeling it out. Because if you're more in a feeling, watery type of energy, if you consider yourself to be, I'm just going to say, like, have that Cancerian energy, then you know what I'm talking about. You know yourself on a certain level, but it's just about freeing yourself from the fears and those ego wounds that compel you to be a mother for a lot of people. Even if you don't consider yourself to be the mother of a group, on some level, there's such this deep sensing and feeling. Yeah, because I'm actually feeling like there might be it doesn't matter your gender. You can be a mother and be male or female or whatever gender you uh, align with. It's more of an energy of caring and nurturing and making sure everybody is okay around you. And there is a little bit of, there can be, okay, so as a fellow Cancer sun, yeah, there is that weird sense of, I do love family. I love my family. I will do anything for them. But if certain people in your family exhaust you and they might not be a healthy connection, it's okay to let that go. And once you let it go and you return that to yourself and you give yourself permission to be mothered by you, because you clearly have that in you. Your higher self said you are a darling light and you deserve that back. You deserve to fill your cup. And there will be people who come along later in life, even, who appreciate that and will fill that in you too. As they don't see you as a mother, they see you as an equal who just so happens to have more of motherly energy. But so definitely your advice is just more of that tender love and care and loving yourself enough to admit to yourself when your higher self needs you to leave, and admitting to yourself that you don't want to go, and just being very patient because it's okay. If you're not ready yet, you're not ready yet, and just give yourself the grace and permission to take your time. There's no rush here. You're already at this level of ascension. It's just about getting used to it, breaking out of, I guess, your shell. And that is really just, if you're feeling restricted, definitely tune into yourself. I'm sensing like I'm hearing song therapy, not sound therapy. Music seems to be very healing for you. And I just got an image of sound waves rippling through a pond of clear water. Certain types of sounds and resonance might be helpful for you to tune into yourself. However, that may be, whether it's through meditation or just creating a playlist surrounding your new sense of self and who you are. I think that's the beautiful thing about music, is it speaks to us in our souls in ways that our minds can't comprehend, but we feel on a deep level. Like our souls are remembering who we are, and the music speaks through the gateway of the ego into our soul. And so whatever song or music or playlist you have that speaks to your soul, your higher self is guiding you to get there. Yeah, I'm sensing a lot of like very light blue, like gray blue energy here. I'm also seeing periwinkle. You're very, I don't want to say this and sound weird. Okay, so you're a very delicate being on a soul level, but delicate doesn't mean weak. Delicate means strong. It means you're highly in tune and aware of the world around you. And that can kind of come back to, because you're a strong mirror. You have this mirroring empathic energy that might be influenced by the people around you, and to take some space away for yourself and remind you of who you are is vital right now. To have that balance of being with other people and being that soft and comforting mirror, and coming back to yourself and reminding yourself of, I am me and not them. I am dealing with my own stuff. I am not their wounds, and I don't have to take those wounds onto me. And maybe to avoid conflict, you didn't set those boundaries. Maybe you were afraid of yourself, even. Yeah, no, I'm hearing you were afraid of yourself a little bit, of these gifts and skills, especially as they grow deeper. And that's perfectly normal. And as you get used to them and you know how to work with them, which basically starts from knowing yourself and your soul, it's going to get easier, and it just takes time. So what I'm hearing what I'm hearing from your higher self is all in due time. Sugar pea, sugar pea, sweet pea, a lot of flowery energy. Sugar pea, you're going to be doing just fine. You're going to be doing just fine. You're sweet as honey, and you can make it through this. And your angels are actually talking through me. They're definitely sending a lot of healing. I'm actually seeing, yeah, okay, so who is this? It's Joe Field. Joe Field, the angel of healing and joy, she's only interacted with me recently when I've had to come back to myself. Yeah, I'm being shown a crab again. So whoever is here, definitely a lot of Cancerian energy. Um, I'm also hearing Gemini, moon, or rising. So there might be a lot of, so if there's a lot of information coming through to you all at once, that is also normal when you're uh, yeah, I'm hearing Gemini rising or moon. That's normal when there's a lot coming through to you at once, especially when there's a I'm hearing a genetic upgrade. I'm really hoping that this message has been uplifting for you. It's perfectly normal when you are ascending to a higher level of consciousness for a lot of this information, whether that's the noise of the world around you, both internally, externally, because noise is not just sound, it's movement, it's clear audience, it's energy. Like noise, energy is noisy. And when you're feeling that all the time, your body picks up on basically vibrations. Your nervous system, it's overwhelming. It's very taxing and can be toxic. So you have to be mindful that when you're going through the shift, it has no control over you and no power over you, to be sure. And keep that in mind. And in good faith and divine timing, you will settle into this frequency and it will be, I'm hearing over soon. So if this is confirmation you needed, honeys, it will be over soon. Joe feels coming through. And yes, she is actually coming through. Like this is her stone right now. I believe I'm hearing honey calcite will be good for you. I believe, I don't remember, it's some sort of calcite. Um, I have to look it up. But yeah, yellow stones, finding your joy, dolphins, I'm seeing too. Anything that connects you with your inner child is definitely good for you if you like to connect with her, or just whatever inside of you brings you joy, and your healing will definitely be um, hold on. Your healing is going to be made. Your healing will be impeded by you not letting go of what doesn't serve you at this point in time. So cut the cords of what no longer serves you. Talk with your higher self. Speak with whatever guides, guardians, or angels might come through. Look into a lot of yellows. Maybe if this isn't honey calcite, I would just suggest, that was just the biggest suggestion I got, is if you're interested in gems, honey calcite. But I'm also hearing there's a new moon over you. And from the time of recording, we just got with done with the I think it's called the black moon. There was 2 new moons in one calendar month. So if there's a lot of transformation, new moon cycles, if you work with the moon, are very good for taking light in. And I work with the moon cycles as well. It's a almost like a mindfulness timing exercise of when it's waning, you release, and when you're waxing, you take back in. And recalibrating yourself with that cycle of balancing your healing with your sense of self and center is definitely a good thing for you to look into if you're not already doing that, which some of you are and are aligning with that. You're entering into a cycle, I'm hearing, or a phase where you're letting the light in after releasing for so long. And so it really is here for you. If you're in a new moon phase, it just means you're bringing light back in. And here's that confirmation if you needed. So, with all that, I'm going to let you go for today. And I thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this brings you some insight into your own healing, helps you out there in the world. Thank you so much once again. Have a very nice day.